In the 3 years that I have been traveling solo, and mainly car camping, SUV camping, van camping, and also camping with my trailer, but really not just camping, just traveling and sleeping economically in my car, I have changed a lot. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I've changed in 6 main ways. And I'm going to share those things with you, but I'm not going to put it in any certain order except the one that's going to be the last one. And I think that's really going to surprise you. I can't wait to share that with you. If you're new here, my name is Susan. I travel with my 8-year-old Shih Tzu Riley. Sometimes with my husband. I am married, but my husband works a lot. And I am a former homeschool mom of 6. And this is what I've been doing the last 3 years. I don't travel full time, I travel part time. But I want to tell you how it has changed me. One way that it has changed me is that it has really increased my confidence. And I think it's increased my confidence because I have faced a lot of fears. In 2010, I was hit by a drunk driver. It was an on-purpose accident. She actually hit me and my daughter twice. And I had a lot of fear and a lot of anxiety after that. And if you would have told me after that accident that I would voluntarily be spending time in my car driving around, I would tell you that was crazy. So I faced the fear of the car. I faced the fear of being alone because I was one of those people who really wouldn't even go out to dinner by myself. I was always with other people. I always felt like I needed other people to be with, and just would have never dreamed that I would travel by myself, let alone enjoy traveling by myself. When I look back at all that I've done, all the traveling I've done by myself, the building my van out by myself, the building my trailer mostly by myself, those things make me more confident. And that increased confidence as far as traveling and seeing new things by myself has increased my confidence in other ways. I actually created my YouTube channel over 4 years ago. And really, my son, when he was a teenager, I was a sewing and quilting teacher. And he used to tell me, Mom, you need to go on YouTube. You need to go on YouTube. Well, I actually had a blog then, a sewing blog. That was the thing back then. And he used to say, you need to do it. You need to do it. And I'll help you. And I'm like, YouTube, I don't even know hardly what that is. And I didn't follow his advice. But some of the people who had blogs at the same time that I did have really achieved a lot. Really, if you're in the quilting world, I had a blog at the same time that Lori Holt started her blog, and she's now a pattern designer, a fabric designer, a national teacher. She's just really had a lot of success in that field. And sometimes I think back and I thought, boy, if you had only done it back when your son told you to, just think where you'd be now. But really, it wasn't the right time in my life. I didn't have a supportive family life. I just didn't have any support around me. I was keeping my head above water, trying to raise my children by myself. Not by myself, but it felt like by myself a lot. Anyway, it has really increased my confidence, and because I had done the car camping thing, it encouraged me to go ahead and do the YouTube thing, and I'm so glad that I did. And there are fears that I have. I mainly was afraid of the technology, like how am I going to learn to edit, and how am I, it just seemed big and scary, and I've learned it's not big and scary. There's still a lot I don't know, but you learn little things at a time, and that's what I did as far as traveling alone. You learn the safety tricks. You learn where to stay and where not to stay. You learn how to find your tribe and other people to go with you if you want to. So one of the main things that has changed me in this journey has been my confidence. Another thing that has changed during this journey has been my love for the natural world, for nature, for rivers, for sunsets, for sunrises. You know, when you're spending a lot of time in the car and you're driving around, there's just so much of God's beauty to see, and it makes you want to be out in it. And of course, you know, like right now I'm in a campground. I'm looking at beautiful trees and squirrels and all the things. And if I was in a hotel room, I probably wouldn't be looking at that. If I flew to a destination, I would miss so much of the nature that's around me. And because of that, now I want to kayak. I have a kayak, and I'm doing it more and more and more. And I like to hike. I mean, I'm really afraid of snakes, but here I am out in the middle of it. I don't want to meet any up in person, you know, close and in person, but I'm out facing my fears, and I'm enjoying nature. And I really think that if I had not started traveling in my van and driving to locations, I wouldn't have done that. When I saw Arizona and New Mexico and the desert and those crazy naked mountains, it was beautiful, and I'm so glad that I saw it. And I don't know, it could be the fact that I'm 61, almost 62, but boy, I love a good sunset and a good sunrise. And to me, there's nothing prettier than watching sunrises and sunsets and rivers and streams and waterfalls and lakes and just trees and stuff. So definitely this journey has led me to have a new love for nature. So another thing that solo travel, specifically van life, has done for me is it's increased my sense of adventure. It seems like the more I see, the more I want to see. It's kind of like a challenge to myself. Like, okay, I saw New Mexico, Arizona this last winter, and now I'm like, what's next? I just want to do more. I want to see more. I want to kayak. I'm just open. You know, I'm open for new opportunities and new adventures and new places and new people and everything. And I really think that this lifestyle has like made that happen in me, because I was a little curious before, and I've always been a little adventurous, but nothing like now. I just want to see it all, and I have solo travel and van life to thank for that. So another thing that has changed or has been growing in me, I think I've always been this way a little bit, but one thing that I've noticed since I have started this adventure is thinking outside the box. You know, we grow up and we think certain things, and we look at, I don't know, homeless people, or, you know, I think as a child I would have looked at someone sleeping in their van and felt sorry for them. Now I look at them and I'm envious. At our Cracker Barrel at home, I look at the parking lot every night, and sorry, neighbors. At our Cracker Barrel at night, I look to see who's parked there, and I think, oh wow, they're on an adventure, and I wonder where they're from, and I wonder where they're going. And where maybe years ago I would have looked at them and go, oh, those poor people, they're sleeping in the Walmart parking lot, not in the Hilton. But it's funny how your thinking's changed. And even as far as your van, like you know, we configure our van, and how can we make the best potty situation, and how can we cook in our van, and you know, we got to have things in our van that serve more than one purpose. And I look at when I go in rest areas and I see these big huge sinks, I'm like, wow, I could wash my hair in there. You know, like there's nobody in here. And, you know, you just think outside the box, and I love it. And it seems like the more you think out of the box of one category in your life, you think outside the box in the other category in your life. And that's what we should do. Thinking outside the box makes us more thankful for what we have, more content with what we have. And I don't know, I kind of think it runs along the same line as minimalism, like you don't need all the things you think you need, because really our needs are simple. So let's think outside the box and figure out how to get them easier, better, cheaper, simpler. And I like thinking outside the box. Another thing that has changed during this solo van life situation is my spiritual life has gotten a lot stronger. And I think that's just because I have more time. I have alone time with God, lots and lots of driving time, and some of the best conversations I've ever had with the Lord have been behind the wheel. And really, the times that I've heard Him speak to me, not in an audible voice, but just through my spirit, has also been in the car. So I really love the time I can spend talking to the Lord and spending time with Him. I also have a lot of downtime in the van. I mean, I'm usually in my car by dark when I'm on the road, and in the wintertime that could be 5, 6 o'clock. And then I'm usually always in the van by 8 or 9 in the summer. And then I have a lot of time to spend with Him. I carry a Bible with me, so that I was bringing my regular Bible with me, but I don't want to get that messed up, and there's more chances that something could happen to it in the van. So I got a separate Bible just for the van, and I bring little devotionals with me. And then of course there's the worship, because I'm a singer, and my favorite way to sing is in the car. And I sing a lot of Christian music in the car, and I really enjoy that time being with the Lord, and thanking Him for all the wonderful things He's made, and the creation are all around me, and the blessings and the freedom that I have to be in the car and travel the way that I do. And there's a lot to be thankful for. So my spiritual life has definitely also been improved because of solo van travel. Okay, so this is the last one, and I really think it's going to surprise you, because it surprises me. One thing that has changed in my life since I started traveling is and let's specify, I'm talking about solo travel, not traveling with my husband, which I do sometimes. Solo travel and van life has increased my social life. And I know you think that doesn't make any sense, but it really has, because first of all, I meet people on the road all the time. I meet people at meetups. I meet people at rest areas, and you start up a conversation, and it's almost like we're part of this family. There's this lifestyle, and more people are doing what we're doing, and we automatically have a connection. I have met so many more friends in the past 3 years that I've been doing this than I met in my own town in the last 10 years. But that doesn't mean I don't love my old friends. I do. And actually, this lifestyle has increased my relationship with my friends, because when I'm in my car, I have time to talk to them on the phone, where when I'm at home, I'm always doing something, cleaning something, building something, cooking something. So I seem to have more time to talk on the phone with them. And then when I'm home from a trip and I haven't seen them in a while, I really want to be them, and I'm intentional about spending time with them. And so it's increased my social life as far as making new friends, and it's strengthened my true friends from before. And I know that sounds strange. If you're not doing this lifestyle, you probably think, well, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. But it really is true. And I have neighbors that I've lived next to for 10 years, and I've talked to them maybe 3 times. I have people across the street that have lived there for 3 years, I've never said a word to them. They've never said a word to me. I've never said a word to them. But I haven't met, I don't think I've met maybe but 2 or 3 women on the road who are by themselves that I haven't spoken to. I've got a little girl next door to me in my campsite. So anyway, yeah, so this lifestyle has increased my social life.